Good afternoon. This morning I promised that I'll be back on the Senzo Meyiwa story. I'm back again now. I'm back from the park now. I'm at home. I'm back on the Senzo Meyiwa story. The ill-fated Senzo Meyiwa and the ill-fated Senzo Meyiwa trial. Why do I say this trial is ill-fated? Let us look at where it all started. It all started in a very, unprecedented manner. The previous judge in this matter was one Chifiwa Maumela. I will tell you about Chifiwa Maumela in a short while. But Chifiwa Maumela was assigned this case to case manage it. There are pre-trial motions that have to be gone through before a trial can be certified trial ready. So Chifiwa Maumela was assigned this case to case manage it until such stage that he determines that it is trial ready. And upon him having determined that the trial is actually ready to proceed, or everything has been sorted out on both the defense side and the prosecution side, he was supposed to report back to the deputy judge president of the Gauteng division. The deputy judge president would then appoint a suitable judge to handle the matter. That was all that Chifiwa Maumela was required to do as a judge. But he overreached himself. Chifiwa Maumela then went through that pre-trial process to certify the trial ready. Having finished with the pre-trial process and having determined that the matter was now trial ready, he did not bother to inform the deputy judge president, the Dwaba, that the matter is now trial ready and thus ready for allocation. Not necessarily to him, but to any other judge that the deputy judge president can designate. Chifiwa Maumela then hijacked, for want of a better word, the whole process and continued with the trial without informing the deputy judge president, Ledwaba. This is the testimony of the Gauteng division judge president, Dunstan Mlambo, before that tribunal, that JSC tribunal, which is trying Chifiwa Maumela for gross incompetence and negligence among the many other charges that he faces before it. So when they discovered that Chifiwa Maumela had now, allocated this matter to himself, it was just simply too late. It would have been too embarrassing to bring an end to the trial when witnesses were before court and the trial was underway. So the judge president, and probably with the concurrence of the deputy judge president, just let the matter go. So we then saw Judge Chifiwa Maumela, the self-appointed judge in that matter, go ahead and preside over this matter. It has never happened in my experience, this sort of, behavior on the part of a judge to, allocate a matter to himself without going through the due process of, consulting with the deputy judge president and the judge president. So Judge Chifiwa Maumela then went ahead to preside over this matter. But unfortunately and tragically for this case, while he was proceeding with this matter, he had to face those disciplinary proceedings before the Judicial Service Commission. He was tried for incompetence in many instances. He had failed to deliver judgments in cases ordinary run-of-the-mill cases, a 5-page, you'd write a 5-page judgment in 5 years. It would take him 5 years to write a 5-page judgment. So there you have it. He's facing those impeachment proceedings before the Judicial Service Commission. Now, the same Judge Maumela, who had allocated this matter to himself, ran into one Malisela Tifo. You remember that character, Malisela Tifo? Malisela Tifo initially was representing 4 of the accused in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. And unfortunately with him, the relationship he had with Judge Shifiwa Maumela was just toxic and personal. The whole court became a kangaroo court. They just transformed, the court mutated into a kangaroo court with, unprofessional exchanges between Tifo and the judge. At one stage, Tifo shouting at the judge to tell him that you are too old, you don't even belong there. And, at some stage, Maumela shooting back at Tifo to say, what is it you are testing in me? And sometimes during the trial, Maumela would order Tifo to sit down and Tifo would simply refuse. So it became a charade, a mockery of justice. Thankfully, at some stage then we saw Chief Ua Maumela removed from this case because now he was facing this, impeachment proceedings before the Judicial Service Commission. So these are some of the tragic twists. I mean, what interest did Chief Ua Maumela in the first place have in this trial, such that he could, allocate it to himself, contrary to, procedure, contrary to known, procedural requirements of this being the prerogative of the Deputy Judge President. What interest did he have in this matter? You see, this matter is surrounded by people who seem to have, developed certain interests. And these certain interests are worrying because they could have had, devastating repercussions for this, for justice and for Senzo Meyiwa and the Meyiwa family. For instance, let us look at it this way. Had Chifuya Maumela gone ahead with this trial and made some judgment, I wonder how long it would have taken him to make this judgment. Probably another 15 years, given the sloppy manner in which he was approaching his work. Anybody could have then had that judgment overturned on the basis that it was heard by an improperly appointed judge. It could simply be set aside on that basis. And I just don't understand how the Deputy Judge President and the Judge President just let Maumela get away with something like that without having brought, a halt to the proceedings, because he was improperly in that position. So the Senzo Meyiwa trial has had a lot of twists and turns. This is just one of them. And I am trying to get hold of Malisela Tifo. Tifo was the person who introduced docket 375. But his approach was so clumsy and, confrontational and so unprofessional that, everything just got lost in the confusion and the tantrums that he was throwing in court together with the judge, reciprocating similarly. So a lot of crucial information was lost in the process. But Malisela Tifo has got no dog in this fight anymore. I want to approach him and find out and locate docket 375. All right. Having located docket 375, perhaps we can find a way out of this mess and say to ourselves, why was this docket ignored by Gininda and others? And that will be a good starting point. And I'm just looking forward to getting hold of Malisela Tifo. He's no longer in practice because Malisela Tifo was also removed from the role of advocates. He has been struck off the role. He's no longer an advocate. It's very sad for him. But the man had a lot of information, which I think, if brought to the fore, can throw another angle on the Senzo Meyiwa matter. Having said that, let me thank you for watching these videos, and let me thank you for the views that I'm seeing. Let me also thank you for the subscriptions. I have always said to you, you view, you subscribe. It's just a click away. Just do it. It really matters. Thank you very much for watching.